Hey guys, welcome to this YouTube channel. This is my second video on this channel. After publishing the last video, I learned quite a lot in terms of speaking in front of the camera. I learned a lot in terms of editing the video footage once I finished recording it. I learned a lot in terms of creating the thumbnail and then posting the video. So I've taken a lot of the feedback I've received from friends who have had a look at the video. There were about 10 or 11 views, but I received feedback from about 4 or 5 explaining that okay, this needed to be changed or that needed to be improved. I looked up a few videos online where I learned how to post better videos and then speak a bit better on camera, to work on the things that I have noted down over the last couple of days from the feedback that I've received, and I will work on improving these videos. I'd like to talk about printing your photographs, and in particular I'd like to talk about a little printer that I purchased a few years ago. It's the Fujifilm Instax Mini Link 2. I use this printer to print a bunch of photographs, about 50 to 60 photographs in the size of a credit card, which I'd like to talk about today. So, a few years ago, when I was scrolling on Instagram one night and I came across a couple of these Instagrammers talking about Polaroid printers, I went down the entire rabbit hole of looking up Polaroid printers and Instax mini printers, and then small printers which is printed photographs in the size of a credit card in the size of square formats. And I came across a Fujifilm printer which printed photographs in the size of a square, so basically photographs just like these. And then I ended up purchasing the printer, used it for a little while. I didn't really enjoy the format of the prints because I felt that they were a bit too large, and I didn't feel like the printer was, quite friendly to carry around with you. I had my eyes on a few different printers until I found the Fujifilm Instax Mini Link 2. So then this printer basically would print photographs in the size of credit cards, which drew me to the compactness of it. I was watching a bunch of reels, and then I came across a couple of Instagrammers who were basically walking around the street taking photographs of strangers and then creating little prints and passing them on. And I thought it was a really interesting way to pass on something nice at the end of the day to people who have used your services in terms of photography freelance or whatever that may be. So the sort of prints that I was able to get from this camera, which I've used for a couple of years at this point. So as you can see, it's in the size of a credit card. This is a debit card that I have just for size comparison. It basically fits exactly right over. So I used this for quite a while, and then I enjoyed using this so much. Spent quite a bit of money in terms of getting cartridges and prints and that sort. So I'd like to talk about this printer and show you the printer and explain to you, see if you would like to have a printer like this. So this is the printer just for size comparison. These were the prints I was able to obtain out of this printer. This is the printer that I was using before, which was a much bigger and chunkier model, and that was one of the reasons I didn't go ahead with that one. So as you can see, the printer has a button right here which you can start the printer. You have a little port here. It's a USB-A cable to charge this thing up. You can insert the cartridge in here from the back, and the prints come out from here. Just to give you a size comparison, this is a regular 6x4 print. I recommend photographers, especially those who are starting out or who are amateur photographers, to print their prints out to have a look, because printing your photographs out in prints feels a lot different in comparison to having them just on a digital screen. I know that a lot of people these days usually use their phones to store all their photographs, but when you print your photos out, you can see the colors and the textures of the print, and it's a much nicer experience to feel the photographs in a physical format. I'll be talking about this in a couple of videos, possibly, in terms of how you should print your photographs and why you should be printing more of them. This is a size comparison, so this is a credit card size photo. This was the square format, just for a little bit of a size comparison. I think you should invest in a printer like this, especially if you're starting out photography. It makes it a lot more fun to print a little bit of photographs, pass them on to friends and family. And then also, if you were getting into freelance, passing these on at the end of a service, at the end of a session with a potential client, or with a free service that you get when you're getting into work. I think this really helps in terms of, you know, building a little bit of a friendship, a little bond between clients, between friends, between family. It's a fun way to experience photographs which aren't done anymore. So I'd like to leave you with this today. If you're considering purchasing one of these little printers, I'll try and put a link in the description. I purchased this brand new for about £130 in the UK a couple years ago. These go for about £60 on eBay. I've seen them go used for prices below 50 as well. If you can grab them up with like a cartridge and have a look, for £60 you get quite a bit of bang for your buck, I would say, in terms of photography. And yeah, I'll get back to you in the next video. Take care.